Alright, we're back. How's everyone going? We got Tier 2 coming up here. As you can see, I've updated the scoreboard. Still the same teams, Notorious S.C.V versus JinJin and the Pandor Patrol. We're moving into Tier 2. I'm Neblime, still here with the real Flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. And we're going to get straight into our first game. Why wait? The games in Tier 3 were exciting and action-packed. I'm sure Tier 2 is just going to be just the same.
You call me the mouthful of fruit.
Of course I did. Alright. In the 12 o'clock, in the pink, okay, in the red. Whew. Bullet averted there. We have Champion, and in the bottom right, in the blue, we have TekAjpu. Thank you so much for playing on top of us bottom. Literally saving esports. Both of you get a free promotion or demotion, whichever one you want. Good job. Because, good lord, that was about to be the worst possible. Let's just get a taste of pink versus purple here. Which one's which? Who knows? Good lord. That would have been mad. I'll take the demotion. Yeah, most people do. Most people do Champion. Just in case. I thought I'd give you the option. See, if you're in Tier 3, though, it kind of loops around and you have to play in Tier 0. So you got to be careful.
Damn, I knew it was all interconnected, just didn't know how.
Yeah, exactly.
All big loot.
The system. Okay, so we're moving on up here compared to previous games. We're in Tier 2. Bit higher MMR, bit higher, mechanics, strategy, all that. So we'll see what they bring, but there's still a lot of, I think, wiggle room around for crazy strategies in Tier 2. In Tier 0, things become very meta, and not in the sense that sentence is normally used. Things stick to the meta a lot more. And it's a lot harder to come up with something creative because your opponents will notice what you're doing a lot more. But here in Tier 2, I think there's a lot of possibilities. Gate coming up as well. It's PvP. Of course, they're making gates. Why don't I even say that? Can always make a Nexus. Just putting it out there. Zeski, when am I going to see Mind Control? That's my casting bucket list.
You see a 25 plus minute PvP in CPL. I'm sure it's happened.
I mean, it doesn't seem bad if you're in that later game. Even if your opponent's going Arbiters, which, as we've seen in pro games, in fact, is actually pretty good in PvP. Surely Mind Control's pretty good against that too, though. You just get an Arbiter for free.
Yeah, but it's even getting an Arbiter for free, right? You've already got many Arbiters yourself. The value of taking the Arbiters
True.
Not as significant. I truly think the Dark Archons are better at the much more high-profile units, like carriers.
Oh, of course.
Maybe feedbacking additional High Templar.
Yeah, we have seen that in pro games actually.
Much more efficient using them that way than because mind controlling an Arbiter is definitely a good target to mind control.
I want to see it, Zeski. I've seen nukes. Risu and others have definitely satisfied me in that regard. I have seen Lockdown. I'm very dissatisfied, but I have seen it, so I can't complain. So it's mind control is what's left. That's what I need to see. Oh, get him. Gotta keep that probe alive. Okay, let's keep him alive.
I keep dancing with that probe.
Oh! No, he hasn't got the moves, man. He's got 2 left feet. In fact, he has no feet at all. So, no wonder.
Got no body anymore. He's completely dismantled.
Oof. I guess...
You should see my ladder games, though, Neblime.
Yeah?
There's plenty of mind control in those.
Yeah, really? On ladder?
Yeah, on the ladder.
So that's how you get to B rank as Protoss. Just use Dark Archons, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
He got a Dark Archon, put it in a shuttle, and then forgot about it for the rest of the game. So,
nice.
He had the intention of stealing an SCV and playing TVT.
Yeah.
But he
we've seen that. I've seen that on Artosis stream when he loses. So that's pretty funny. We have a Citadel coming up here, by the way, for TekAjpu. As soon as you take out that probe, and by the way, it seems that Champion also took out the probe in his base. I don't see any tech here yet, though. In fact, I'm not sure what Champion's doing at all. No Robo. I assume it's going to be a Robo, I suppose, because he's saving up, and that's going to put him in good position against DT here. Let's see.
Yeah, really good position to one-gate Robo. Will pretty much blind counter past DTs.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, he knew what's up. It's Silphid. It's a map without a ramp. If your opponent isn't killing you, well, they're killing you. So, it is DT.
Yeah, so this is a really good position for Champion if he gets an Observatory first.
He does need to get Observatory first, because the thing is, this is not your average DT rush. He didn't get range or anything like that. He's even just making more zealots because he has no gas. This is a fast DT rush, although he does only have 2 in gas, I can't help but notice. Maybe that's a mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely a mistake. You definitely want 3. He might be able to only just not afford a second DT as it pops out. But,
Top man in chat. Like the only way TVP can be worse is if it becomes TVT. Well, luckily mirror matches can't get any
you're
worse.
joking, Tartman, but yeah, that's pretty accurate, so that kind of hurts.
Alright, DT's on the way. We need to see an observatory real quick here. He has the gas.
I think it will be an observatory because that's just standard.
Yeah. I mean, you can go Reaver first, right? And just go and harass him.
Oh, 100%. But usually you need scouting information,
Right.
and since we lost our probe so early, it's just super standard to grab an observatory and then a support bay next.
Dude, this might be a very short game because there's no Forge. I think because it was such a quick DT rush, he doesn't really have the money. He's just getting this Nexus instead. So, as long as the DT gets completely denied, Champion's going to have 3-gate Goon, and there's going to be nothing to stop it from coming and killing him. As soon as he gets a second...
This is definitely a build order victory from Champion. If you run into this on the ladder, you smile as the red Protoss in this situation.
Well, he is trying to, get up everything on the way, while he's on the shopping trip to the Observer Isle. He's building the shuttle while the Observatory is building. So it delays it a little bit, but it certainly still looks like his time. But he needs to start the Observer! Uh-oh, he's leaving the choke. If the GT gets in, it could still do massive damage while the Observer's out. Okay, he does go back a bit.
He needs to block this ramp, like, double time. He can, okay, getting the goon's really good, but you need to absolutely block this ramp, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. As soon as he sees his DT hitting his goons, hopefully he doesn't get too worried.
Oh, micro.
Basically,
very nice.
Very nicely done.
They do damage, though, that's for sure.
They really do. They do 20 damage a hit, I'm pretty sure.
40, it's 40 actually. But
40.
Yeah, it's more than we even thought. Well, they take out a lot of goons, actually. So it's not the worst trade, but still this is going to leave Champion with a superior army. And only 2-gate production here. In fact, I don't know if TekAjpu even has range. I don't think he does, man. So this is going to be very hard for him to stop. And again, there's no Forge. You can't rely on cannons. And there's even still a support bay coming up. So Champion looking very confident right now, looking very strong.
Yes, Champion just needs to take a deep breath and gather everything together and then go in for a big push, because doing a fast Nexus after DT, since you basically got not that much damage from the DTs as well, it's going to put our blue Protoss in a really tough position. But here we are, he's trying to jump on these goons. He does manage to get one, but he trades one of his own. And now it's going to be 5 goons against 3, and Champion is just now wailing on top of these probes, going to get a couple of them down. Drills the probes on top of the Dragoons while he's using his own Dragoons to try and get some damage. Does manage to get a goon.
Yeah, well...
It is going to be 4v4.
If you're going to use probes to fight, he did it perfectly well, but I mean, you're using probes to fight, so what else is there to say about it? So...
Yeah, you are using... Yeah, that's exactly it. And it still doesn't change the maths that we still just have 1+ extra gateway from Champion, so we're just
YumKaax
really
in chat has an excellent point. Because TekAjpu lost both DTs, it meant Champion can move out right away, whereas normally he'd have to wait for a second observer and even leave a couple goons behind. But since he killed them both immediately, he's like, alright, well, nothing's stopping me, here I come. And now this is the consequence. Goons just marching in there. Dude, I think TekAjpu doesn't even know he doesn't have range, because he hasn't even started it.
He might have just forgotten. I mean, that's what you see. Even JJPP forget range.
Damn, really? Does he win anyway?
I can't remember if he won, but he played like a 23-minute game.
That's the game.
GG.
Very
top vs bottom,
so
they didn't use all chat.
Yes, and again, we thank them so much for doing top vs bottom, literally saving our lives. But that's going to be it for that game. 1 point for Champion. Notorious S.C.V looking to come back in Tier 2, I believe.
Yes, I've seen JJPP go like 25-minute plus games without getting range. So.
Wow. Did he win? Surely 25 minutes is long enough that anything could happen, right?
I think he might have won one of them at least. I can't remember.
I have played a TBZ to like 20 minutes and not had marine range.
Yeah, that's really painful. Viewers just absolutely destroy everything.
Pretty embarrassing. That's the thing, once you get to 20 minutes, you're not really concerned with mutalisks. Alright, in the 12 o'clock, in the red, we have Champion. And in the top left, in the blue, we have TekAjpu. Currently, Champion up 1 game here is going to another PvP. Another map without a ramp. Although, some say getting out of the natural is even worse than a main ramp on this map. It's pretty brutal. This map If I played Protoss, I think I would hate this map, honestly, because for PvP, it does not seem like a fun time, no matter what build you're going. Speaking of no matter what build you're going, here comes this probe. Oh my god.
Up. I was about to say, like, usually, like, proxy gates is not as common on this map, since there isn't, like, a really central position you can build
is he
in
going to build it in his base? Is that what he's going for here?
I think that's what's going to happen.
And so, if he didn't find him right away, would he have just built in his main, like nothing happened?
I don't know. But you got to be really careful here, because you absolutely
he does
don't
show
want...
it. I was wondering if he wouldn't show it, because he could have seen that pile and snuck in.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
now he's here.
so
What are you going to do?
hopefully Champion's got alarm bells absolutely ringing.
Are you gonna make the pylon, man? Here we go. Here we don't go. You're not making anything.
He's just scouting, I guess.
Oh, meanwhile, back at his base, I guess this whole time he'd actually done that. Oh, never mind.
Okay, so we got excited for no apparent reason.
The world's fastest scout is what we got excited for.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe he is trying to disturb Champion, but so far Champion hasn't really done anything in reaction to this.
I mean, he tricked 2 tier zeros. I mean, we both got
right?
3 proxy gates. We would have been absolutely going off.
Yeah, I would have like pulled 2 probes on that thing or something.
Yeah.
So it is double 9 gate though in his main, so it is still very aggressive. And you know, I don't know, I'm not that familiar with PvP. I'd imagine, you know, I know against 10-12 you absolutely don't need to just go into Zealots yourself or anything, but against double 9 gate, even in your opponent's base, can you go Goons or do you have to stick with Zealots to defend it?
The transition is difficult, very difficult.
You got to micro like really well, right?
Yes, you can get the Zealots into his base and trade lots of probes.
Yeah.
Then you're just ahead in probes yourself, and it'll be quite
even with
a simple
9-9,
transition.
you're going to be ahead.
Yeah. Basically, it all comes down to the probe count in the end.
Well,
and the gas lead from Champion will definitely help him, like, you know, get the goons out, and then hopefully he'll get enough goons that it doesn't really matter how many Zealots TekAjpu builds, because the goons will just be more than enough number to just really bring them down. Zealots for that speed are really bad in PvP.
It's true. I think you can cut out in PvP. They're just pretty bad. Well, I guess in the early game they're good. The thing is, Champion's really betting on himself. He's going 1 gate straight into Cyber. He didn't cut gas at all. So he's saying, yeah, I can do this. I got the Goon micro. Watch me. We'll see. We'll see how this goes, because he's got a lot of Zealots he's going to have to start dealing with here.
Yeah, I would definitely build a battery here myself, but he is confident, and I like his confidence. We'll see where that takes him.
I mean, you know, if you can intimidate the enemy Zealots, then that'll win you the game, if they just don't want to attack. Unfortunately, the morale system never got implemented in Brood War. It was a cut feature, so...
Thank God. Can you imagine?
Oh man, Zealots would be the lowest morale units. Oh, he just walks right in there, he's not even blocking! Oh, do you even want to chase this? I mean, cursed choice now. You either chase this and let the others in, or just let it go to town in your probes. Oh, he throws down the pylon. One of these players is going to get a shield battery. Although, TekAjpu trying to get his own cyber behind this 9-9. A probe going to fall. Oh, the other one going on the other side. Can he get another one? Somehow these probes are not dying. Okay, there we go, gets another one. Dragoon is out. Cancels the pylon. It was all just a bait. Even going straight into Robo. Champion has no fear whatsoever. He's like, no, I can do this with 1 goon. Don't even worry about it. Well, that goon's not even helping. Dragoon!
Stuck. It looks like that goon's stuck, but
yeah.
Champion does have, I was about to say, even-ish amount of Zealots to his Zealots plus a goon, so he was definitely in the lead, but it looks like his Zealots sort of ran around the blue Zealots for a long
little
time.
bit. I think he over-microed it. I don't think it was like a misclick. I think he just was over-microing a bit too much. And yeah, Champion confirms it was stuck and you gotta spam stop on that dumb thing. But he still comes out ahead, honestly. Like, you're fine not having many Zealots here. I think just having the goon count is fine. And he didn't even lose any goons this whole time. Only lost a couple probes. So I think Champion's still in a really good position here. TekAjpu, I think quite unwisely, didn't continue to make Zealots. Instead, he went for a Cyber. But I don't know. That seems like you're willingly putting yourself in a losing game there. You're playing the goon versus goon game when you know you're going to be behind. When you could try and play the Zealot versus goon game and possibly get something done. There's 3 gates, though.
There's a reason 99K's basically all in Neb, and this is it. Exactly the reason you highlighted. You just don't have the macro transition. You really need to get the damage done in order to transition. Otherwise, like we didn't get that many probes. Like Champion did a really good job guarding those probes, and even though the Zealots managed to get in through the wall, they just couldn't find the damage they needed. So I think a response from TekAjpu to really go into 3 gates and just start massing goons, I think that's fine, because you're kind of assuming, like, Champion won't get DTs or anything, and he'll also have 3 goons. So
he did see the robo, to be fair. He built it right in front of his face.
Yeah, so if you build it, yeah, exactly. So, this is a really safe defensive move to try and get back into this game. And
well, I think generally speaking, if you did do damage, you have to do the same thing anyway. Well, hang on, the goon's coming in here. Oh, and actually the goon count for TekAjpu is actually going to get a kill for free. Only takes some damage and micro zone goon back very nicely. So Champion, looks like he's going to lose another Dragoon, but he does get that injured one, so it's a 1-to-1 trade. Still though, great engagement there for TekAjpu.
I don't think it'll be enough to compound into a massive advantage just yet, but that was a very good trade.
So like I was saying, I think even if you do a lot of damage with your 9-9, you still absolutely have to go straight into like maximum Dragoons, because otherwise your opponent will still, like, even if they have no probes, they'll still have the goon count, and I think be able to counter and do damage. So maybe even that was just the plan all along, not really taking into account the fact he didn't get many probes. But a Reaver is coming. There is a shuttle already. I mean, I don't know if he even needs to use it to fight with the army. This is very aggressive to come across the map here. If he just somehow sneaks the Reaver around to harass, that'll be devastating, I think.
But the Reaver is definitely going to change the maths here. Since we are just 3-gate goon versus 3-gate goon, and once I get in the Reaver, it is a substantial advantage.
That's an interesting aspect of Brood War, is you have these units, like the Butalisk and the Reaver, and I guess to some extent the Vulture, where you can balance between how much you harass with them and how much they assist your army. And you always have that choice to make. And it looks like he's going to go with the army here. Alright, he's coming in. Goon's coming down the ramp. Probably a pretty bad time. That shuttle getting right in there. Not really afraid. Does take a couple hits. Yeah, it's Scarab doing about the average performance of a Scarab. Oh, and he loses the shuttle with the Reaver in it. I can't believe it. But
that's a very good pick from TekAjpu. And that will let Eka buy himself a little bit extra time, but he did lose quite a few goons. Oh.
And he just left the game.
I was about to say, the counter attack from Champion might just be more than enough, though, since he did lose quite a number of goons. Well, GG is called.
We are on top versus bottom, so again, got to give him benefit of the daddy called GG. I like I was saying in those tier 3 games, maybe it's one of those moments where even though that went okay for you, you sort of reevaluate what you have and you're like, oh, yeah, what's really going to happen here? So that's a 2-0 there, and unfortunately Fuzzy Branch versus Penguis was a walkover, I'll reveal now, so that's actually a point for Fuzzy Branch. So Notorious S.C.V getting 2 right off the bat, and we're going to go into the next series, Pop versus elpinguino. Good old TBZ. A lot of TBZs tonight.
Well, luckily there's 2 Terran casters going on here. I mean, Terran and Zerg caster.
Yeah, what are you saying? Excuse me?
I am the real flying after all.
Yeah, that's right. Alright. Not top versus bottom now. In the bottom right, in the white, we have Pop, or is it P-O-P? Who knows? And the bottom right, in the black, we have elpinguino. I said bottom right twice, didn't I? For Notorious S.C.V, we have Pop, the Terran, and here the Zerg, elpinguino. For JinJin and the Pandor Patrol, can the tier 2 honor be redeemed? I hope so. I'm picking it now. Zerg's the hero in this game. It's decided.
Oh my god.
Wait, who's that? Who's that in the chat?
Edway, we're casting. You're on Twitch, man.
Yeah, you're on stream. You're live. You're a star. No.
Can you actually hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You're live.
At work. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, chill. Get out. Like, what is this? Chill. Get out. There you go. He's gone. There you go. Oh, that meme probably predates your time as well. Flying. Real flying. Anyway, never mind.
Alright, anyway, back to this game.
Yeah.
We got ARAX going straight up.
Slight interruption to our scheduled programming.
Yeah, Deadweight sounds like he's having a good time.
Yes, naturally. Now, yeah, this barracks position, just go. I will give this to you to say what you will. Go.
Alright. Well, this is actually, if you're going to do an 8 racks, walling off is, oh, okay, well, Usually, if you're going to put an ARAX in the wall, you want to put a depot right below it, like to form a bit of a wall. That way, if it is 9 pool...
Sorry, did you say depot below it?
No, I said depot below the barracks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you say depot below the barracks? That's a crime, man. Depot below, the units will flow. What good is that going to do?
Yeah, but, I mean... Sorry. I mean, like, in this situation, like, you just want to get the depot down as fast as possible.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, like, it formed like a semi-wall, is what I was trying to say. But, yes, technically you do want to put the barracks, like, all the way at the bottom, so it's, walled off. But that wasn't where we put the barracks this time around. Anyway, usually you'd put the barracks in the wall to, you know, help you defend against 9 pools, because the ARAX can actually defend against a 9 pool, but that's not what we're dealing with this time.
Oh, dude, why is he trying to kill the S.C.V so hard? What the hell?
I don't know. Do we have any drones mining at all?
He does have to come out here for the bunker, but that's a bit too early. He can't even afford 6 Zerglings now. Oh no, the damage is already done before he even fired a single shot. Well, he's going to lose the S.C.V, which is a bit painful, actually. Oh, he keeps it alive. Okay. I mean, yeah.
As long as he's got 1 drone mining, he might be able to get a couple of Marines. But yeah, this is a massive overreaction to this. And yeah, Terran's going to be happy with this sort of damage.
This is a huge mistake. Gas is not what you want here. You have to cut gas.
Definitely not.
So Zerg in a lot of trouble, actually. Like I said, without even firing a single shot, really, he's done so much. And now he is firing shots. The violence begins now.
Yeah, and this is where it really ramps up. 3 Marines, it's more than enough to deal with the drones.
I don't think that's
Yes, that's in range.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is in range. It's
Alright.
vertical.
Oh, right, of course.
Yep.
It is less below than it is above. But anyway, here come the Lings. Is that enough? Oh, they target the bunker, which I think is a mistake. That'll let these Marines actually take the fight, but the SCVs were so low, was it actually genius? Now the bunker can't be built. If he knew what he was doing there, I'm impressed.
This is very action-packed. A lot is happening very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, it ain't over. This factory on the way. I love this play. I think 8-Rax 1-1-1 is a really exciting way for Terran to play. Ling's picking off these Marines, and honestly, the threat is pretty much over without a bunker. Nothing was really ever going to happen. Well, let's see. He's going to get this drone. Oh, looks like he's going to kill it. Uh-oh.
Just done. So this is like 2 drones, a massive drone pool, and 4 Lings. And we aren't starting the Sunker. The Sunker pretty much has to be started about now to be able to block that vulture.
Drone. There's no Lings. I mean, he needs drones, of course, but what's he going to do about this? Yeah, it's coming across. Oh my god. Oh, there's an overlord over there. No,
it looks like we lifted the racks, so we had no intention of building a wall. So.
Dude, that's a fast machine shop. I don't know what's going on with that.
I think this Vulture might just win the game instead, though.
Certainly quite likely, and the starport's coming up behind us, so the Vulture might be the least of his worries once the Wraith shows up. Oh, not the best micro, though. It takes a bit of damage, but he's going to continue on his journey. The thing is, it does take a lot of APM. You have to really babysit that Vulture. I mean, babysitting probably doesn't even cover it. It's more like you're possessing that Vulture. And, okay, very smartly using the drone to try and block the choke, but that does mean he's taking damage on drones. There's nothing else to tank for this. If the sun can get up, he'll be safe for now. Oh, drones actually fighting back, man. Fight the power, fight the system. Oh my god!
Well, Vulture gets in, though, which means that Sunken cannot be used, and now if, I don't know, I'm not even going to try and say it. If our Terran can micro his Vulture well enough,
so far,
he can
good.
Potentially get every single drone in this base.
Dude, he needs to just pull to the natural. That's all you can do here. You just run to the natural in a second. Oh, Vulture! Oh, he could have killed it there. Lings pop out. Let's see how good his micro really is now. And you know, surprisingly keeping his money pretty low. Well, actually, no, wait, I'm looking at the Zerg's money, never mind. As we can see, his macro is really suffering during this. It is very hard to micro this and win, but there you go. GG.
Alright, I might have to join the game for this next one.
Sure. Stream lagging or what?
Yes, it was. That's why I couldn't see.
Unfortunate. No worries, I'll just get that lobby up. So that is point there for Pop. I love the 8-Rax 1-1-1 style. I mean, it's not probably advisable to do it 2 games in a series in a row, but I kind of want to see it again. You know, if I didn't do 2-port Wraith, that's what I'd do, honestly. I think it's...
8-Rax 1-1-1? Yeah.
For sure.
You love doing the very aggressive stuff on Silphid.
Yeah, I don't want to play in late game, man. Ultralisks exist. I don't want to deal with that.
Fair enough. Can't blame you for that one.
Alright, in the 12 o'clock, in the white, we have Pop, and the bottom left in the red. We have elpinguino. Pop here, up 1 game. for Notorious S.C.V. and elpinguino here for JinJin and Pandor control. Trying to fight back. We're here on Ascension. I mean, you just as easily run a Vulture in here, no ramp again. The rush distance must be longer though compared to Silphid, I imagine. Must be, right?
Yeah, it is. Even with like the little choke, I think it's just slightly longer than on Silphid.
Yeah.
Silphid's a very small map, though.
That's true.
To be fair.
Yeah, very true.
A lot of the it's deceptively small as well because a lot of the corners are just, ocean or like unpassable terrain. So really, you're only really using the central parts.
That's the freaky thing about Brood. All the 1v1 maps, almost all the 1v1 maps, are the same size, yet they still, like you say, are actually like different amounts of size at use. Now look at this, he's doing it again. He's fulfilling my wish, saying, well, if he couldn't stop it once, how's he going to stop it a second time? Let's see.
Yeah. Well, I don't like this barracks placement again. I think we should have built it a little bit further up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a 9 pull from Azeg, so...
Could be overpull still.
Okay.
Oh, his minimal's banged up. Yeah, looks like he's going to go hatch first again. Now, we shouldn't misrepresent that it's like hatch first, you're going to die. You can absolutely hold it hatch first. It's just that overpull absolutely destroys it and gives a really good position here. But elpinguino not anticipating the double 8 racks, so not preparing for that at all. He's going to go right down and throw his hatchery down.
That being said, you can still hold an 8 racks with
Yeah, absolutely.
12 hatch. You can't pull every single drone, you just gotta pull some of them.
Well, I think the strongest is, you just pull a couple to stop the bunker, and then when the Marines arrive, you pull the whole bunch of them. But let's see, he's setting out the drone scout, which is very wise, but I mean, he's going to see already multiple SVs coming out. If he's paying attention here, he should realize, that Marines coming across the map. Not going to take a pot shot at the Overlord. No, he turns it back. So I think elpinguino knows what's up. I don't know why that drone is still on the map, but he should expect the proxy coming down. That might be a mistake of that Marine to hit that Overlord instead of coming across the map. Start putting pressure on.
Yeah, usually you want to be rallying those Marines as fast as possible, and it looks like elpingu will put the Overlord, so you'll see the bunker trying to get up and pull some drones to deal with it, leaving 3 at home.
One minerals? Okay, this is more like it. This is like, elpinguino went away after the last game, got coached on how to deal with this, and so far this is a textbook response. I think is
yes, it will come down to the execution, and this particular area with the choke and everything can be quite difficult for Terran to really get down here because I guess it doesn't really matter anymore.
He's through now.
Through the gauntlet now, but yeah, still the choices that the Terran has to get the bunker down, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to get this bunker down now since Lings are on the way.
Well, to be fair, Terran doesn't have to make a bunker for this to be worth it. Oh, he doesn't quite get that drone. I mean, I think he's microing quite well, not overcommitting, but this is the problem. If he loses all his Marines, then it's no good. Oh, he throws the bunker down now, but it's too late, I think. Like you said. I would have rather seen him just go home and not try this now. Because he got a drone, he cost a lot of mining time. I think you just carry on, you get your Vulture, and you play from there. I don't think he even cancelled that. But now, yeah, he's lost quite a lot, I think, unnecessarily. But the Vulture is still going to come. That's still on the cards here.
Not losing a drone was the biggest
He did get
part
one.
of that
He got
trade.
one.
I did get one?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yeah. When they first came out, when they were through the choke.
2 is ideal, 1 is okay.
3, you're laughing, I guess.
Yes, 3 is a fantastic trade.
So yeah, especially if you don't make the bunker at all, right? If you didn't spend that money, and like I said, didn't even cancel it, unfortunately. So that didn't really work out. Vulture's not started, unfortunately. I think Terran couldn't afford it, or oh no, it's finished. Never mind. It was one or the other, either not started or finished. He's going to come across.
But I'm a little bit dubious with this sunken place on Neb.
Yeah, you can definitely harass the drones. I mean, it is a bit tricky. You could definitely lose the Vulture if you're not careful doing that, but definitely you can put some pressure on here. And these Lings out on the map, oh my god, he's bypassing them. If they just show up at the Terran base, they can actually do a lot. Ooh, is that intentional?
Yeah, there's not very much of the Terran base. Hey, there's like the 2 Marines, a
one
Vulture
of which is already pretty injured, yeah. Okay, he's putting a second Vulture now, so actually I think he'll be fine. Oh, look at that. That's what I was saying. You've got to be careful. You can technically, like, inch your way in here and hit some drones, but if you just go straight in without being careful, you're just going to lose the Vulture. That's the problem. So, it's very good defense from elpinguino so far. His lair is fairly late, but given he got distracted by 8 racks, I mean, it's understandable. His Ling's probably going to get picked off as well.
There's some of that pop micro going on here. He's gonna quickly clean up those lings. Won't take too much damage. Wraith coming out now to put on a bit of pressure, but it looks like we don't have any anti-air, so...
Oh, yeah, because the Spy is going to be so late, actually. Yeah. How's he going to stop this? There's no hydrogen. I mean, it's quicker to get a score if you don't have a hydrogen start already, right? If you get Evo and the crit colony at the same time, that's what it's going to be. He's getting crit colony already, but that gives you Overlord free reign all over wherever the spores don't cover. And Overlord down.
Yeah, and he's got Overlords all over the map here, and every Overlord you lose at this point is really crucial because you're already so low on just your economy in general. You're really like playing on a knife's edge here. But if you do come out the other side, you are in a really good and advantageous position. But it looks like those vultures are going to slip through, and they're going to just cause a bit of havoc at in the natural here. Two links try to jump on top of it, but not to no avail.
Oh, every drone hurts so much. GG, elpinguino realizes there's nothing you can do. Wow.
Yeah. That's a tough break. Very tough break.
Impressive aggressive play from Pop. We are just in here in tier 2, remember, so I think he did quite a good job. I was really impressed by his Marine/SCV micro, honestly, not like overextending in there and really just dancing back and forth. So, you know, I'd say a win well earned. Okay, that's another win for Notorious S.C.V. So, into our final series of the night, we have Triple T versus YumKaax. Is it YumKaax or YumKaax? Is YumKaax in the chat? I'm going with YumKaax.
He was here earlier.
Before. Yeah. But it's been a long cast, getting late for a lot of people not in Australia, so I wouldn't be surprised. Well, if he's here...
You can do it, folks. There's only...
Shut up, Champion. I'll delete that message, damn you. I say that, but I'm not even doing it. Alright. Don't need to next thing. Wait, you did join the lobby, right? I didn't actually look.
I did, yes, I'm in.
Okay, good. In the 12 o'clock, in the olive, we have YumKaax, and in the bottom right, in the black, we have Triple T. So, we're here on Silphid. Triple T for Notorious S.C.V, YumKaax here for JinJin, the Pandor Patrol. No, that's your punishment, Champion. You've got to look at it. And if he shows up, he'll be like, what the hell, man? But I think he's probably gone to bed. So, ZVP, good thing I got Flying here with me to help me out, right?
Yeah, Flying knows everything about this matchup.
Yeah,
S-rank, Zerg.
Well, you know, if my good friend Zeski was here, he does off-race a lot, so he'd probably know a bit. But...
Yeah, he knows a bit, you know, especially with the help of Nagnar. He knows something about this matchup. But Flying definitely knows more.
I've cast a lot of CPL Tier 2 ZVPs, so take that as you will. The main takeaway was, like, Hydras are pretty good at killing cannons that are warping in. That's mostly what I learned.
Ah, yes. A lot of issue 973s and Hydra busts and stuff. There's a lot of this matchup also, you know, it boils down to very specific timings and how much damage they do. This matchup is very volatile. It feels like it's at a moment either side can just absolutely take the game, and then even if the game keeps progressing, it's sort of already written in the sand.
Yeah. You know, I think it's definitely toned down a lot, though, compared to when I started casting CPL. The level of Hydra Bust has actually decreased, believe it or not. I mean, it's still pretty common, right? Back then, I don't know, it seemed like every single game.
It was very common, like a year ago or so, very, very common. Even in the ASL, like pro level, very common.
Like the first 4 or 5 ASLs, my god.
I think I've been seeing a much more trend towards Mutalisks now to like really control the Zealots.
If we're talking about pro level, yeah, I absolutely agree. But if we're
talking about all levels.
Even you reckon in CPL games?
I haven't seen too many CPL PBZs.
I mean, I have certainly seen plays where people go for the Mutalists to like end the game, but that style where, you know, you've got the Hydras and the Mutalists supporting, I think is a lot less common. Even among T0s.
Yeah, that's a much less common variant. I meant like mute up for the mid-game section and then you transition into Hydra on like 5 hatches.
Crazy how much the meta still changes, right? The maps really haven't changed very much at all since, like, I don't know, 2020 or so. I mean, there's certainly been refinements, but conceptually they're very similar, so it's crazy how much the meta changes, really.
Yeah, like, I know this has got completely nothing to do with this matchup, but TVP with 11 gas versus 12 gas,
Yeah, right?
Like, you'd be surprised how building, like, one less SCV changes the maths on things so much.
Yeah, crazy. Well, we'll be exploring Brood War forever, I guess. YumKaax doing a great job keeping this probe alive, by the way. Gets it out. Very important to keep that scout, but I think he better send it back in later. Looks like he was just a bit worried about sixlings coming out right away, so he blocked. And, I don't mind being safe here. If you're confident in your macro, I think it pays to make sure you stay in the game. But these things are all just chasing this probe, so not really much threat there. Oh, look at that, he's even attacking. He really doesn't want to die, huh? Now, third hatch, not at third base, which is interesting. I mean, to me, this says I don't really want to make a lair. I could be wrong about that, but I expect he's going to go with either that, like, 4-hatch Hydra play or something like that. I can only imagine.
Yeah, it is interesting because you usually take a third hatch out of third base and, like, that way you get into a really nice economical position. But
whoa, that's an early second
there's
gas.
our den. Even for 973, you'd prefer to take a third hatch out of third base. But, just getting the third hatch down and not letting your macro slip. The 3 extra drones is only a bit more efficient. It's not, probably won't change the game too much if you execute your attack perfectly. So
yeah. It might actually,
opportunity.
if you think about the third you're going to take here, I mean, I think the strongest third is the mineral only, but you can also take the high ground. That's actually further away, technically. So it could make a very minor difference. I don't know.
And it's also closer to the Protoss in these positions as well.
I guess also it's easier to macro. I don't know. Maybe there are a bunch of reasons to do this. But at the same time...
Well, it's probably easier to hide the fact that you're also doing the bust as well.
Yeah.
Because if you... Usually you can count the drones like 9, 7, and 3, right? But... if you've got to put the extra 3 elsewhere, then it's a little bit harder to count because you're not quite thinking about the third hatch being not at a different location. But we'll have to see how well YumKaax can scout this because we do have a Stargate coming up now, which will mean a Corsair, and he will hopefully see the stream of Hydras going across the map.
Yeah, YumKaax's got a really fast second gas here. You can see his gas banking up. I mean, I really want to see a Citadel ASAP, and it's going to be the most useful against this Hydra, of course, as well. But definitely could get like a lot of Templars out, I think, or something like that. But will they have time? 2 cannons already made, which is definitely a point in his favor, but 2 is not going to be enough ultimately. There's the Citadel.
As soon as he scares it, I hope he'll put down like an extra 3.
Man, this natural's pretty cramped for that, though. I don't know if the wall can go a tile lower, but I imagine if it could, you'd prefer that, because then you have space for another cannon. The thing is, you already left a gap of 1 tile here, so there's not much space for extra cannons at all.
Yeah, and the pylon's inside the wall as well, where you usually build the cannon. Usually, you can actually build the pylon, like, right on the left-hand side, like, just above the doodad. And that way you can finish a wall and then get, like, a lot of spots for cannons. But...
this is one of the trickiest maps to wall your naturals products, for sure.
YumKaax not quite scanning with this course there.
Oh, that's a big mistake.
Going for the Overlord.
I mean, I guess he's going to see it soon enough, but those extra few seconds might have made a difference. There you go. He sees the Hydra now. Now he should know. Oh, you don't want to lose that Corsair either? Oh, it's totally going to die, dude. Oh, run away. No, he wasn't even killing an Overlord. He was just sitting on top of that. Now the cannon being built. But it might be too late already. I mean, the Zealots are already out here doing nothing, so the cannons might fall instantly. This game might just end right here, man. Well,
I think it's so. Over. I think it is 100% over now. We lost. If we had the Zealots, maybe we could have kept the Hydras back for a little bit. But now the pylon goes down. The Forge gets disabled. GG.
YumKaax, I don't know specifically about PvZ gas timings, but I will point out at the end of that game, you had like 100 minerals and 800 gas. So I can only imagine there must be a way to balance the spending of resources so you don't have such a big bank. But I don't know. You'd have
Hold on, I have a cheat sheet for when I was learning Protoss PvZ. Let me pull it up for a second. When was I taking my second gas? When I was going
Stargate
first. No,
yeah, Forge first.
Forge.
Yeah, single Zealot.
I was taking it. Oh, this is a very complicated with all 3 matchups on it. Oh my god, I am not organized. I was taking it after my Forge and Core. And after my second cannon.
After second cannon too. Okay. There you go. And I don't know if probes were cut maybe as well. Maybe that's why there was such an imbalance.
I'm sure Fridge is in here, and he would give us a very detailed
Refrigerator,
answer.
you got a timing right. I would just say look at the replay, maybe show it to people on your team, see what they think, because it just seemed to me there was a huge gas bank that you were unable to spend. But we're going to go into game 2 here for Triple T versus YumKaax. Can you confirm the pronunciation of your name, YumKaax? That's the real question. Alright, in the 12 o'clock, in the black, we have Triple T, and the bottom left, in the white, we have YumKaax. Once again, here on Ascension, YumKaax down 1 game for JinJin, the Pandor Patrol. Triple T, if he wins this game, he takes the clean sweep in Tier 2 for Notorious S.C.V. Let's see. Champian knows. Yeah, Champion, you still here? Deadweight system watching starts. Yeah, wow, Deadweight, welcome to the stream officially. This is where viewers are generally directed to, not generally to the casting voice channel.
He just wanted a quick cameo.
That's right. Now he's preserved on CPL Vaults forever.
Of him being absolutely confused of why 2 of his teammates are in some random channel.
Oh, is that what happened? He thought he was on our team Discord? Wait, what do you mean,
maybe.
Flying? You're not on my team. What are you saying?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I broke the character for a second there.
Wow.
I am actually Flying. I am a Zerg S-ranker, and very, very good game. Alright.
Alright, great. Good to know. So, tell me absolutely everything about ZVP since you're a player. Within 2 sentences, I want to know the entire matchup.
I'm drawing a blank.
Fair enough. I mean, that could be the entire matchup. I'm drawing a blank.
It's the entire matchup.
Make Zerglings.
Yeah, this is interesting. We're going 9 pool hatch.
It's overpool, actually.
Oh, sorry, overpool.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank is probably the accurate for me right now.
Flying would
getting forge. At least we're getting forge. I know that one. We're getting a forge.
Nice.
Which will mean probably we might double scout or we might scout first. Okay, no.
Yeah, what do we do on 3-player? Because double scouting's a bit of a pain. You don't have to do the Terran thing, do you? Where you sort of like intercept the zones on the map. Are you okay if you just send the probe to the base?
I'm not 100% sure because I never actually played 3-player match.
He does see the Overlord, right? So do you just send it the other direction? Yeah, he's going to do that.
100% send it the other direction.
And if it was 9-4, I'm pretty sure he would intercept the Lings if barely. Well,
but you would need to confirm that it's not 4-pool, so you would need to send at least a second scout halfway across the map to confirm there's no Lings. But
well, is it fair to say with 4-pool you just take your chances and you're like, well, 50% chance I scout you immediately? So,
I think that's what YumKaax is going to do.
Yeah.
As he's going to take a Nexus right behind us,
Ooh,
not really worrying about 4-pool.
Or 9-pool for that matter. Not worrying about getting that gateway down the block or a second cannon or anything like that. And it is just overpool, so all this is just academic. Everything's safe and fine. See if we can keep this probe alive again. 6 Lings immediately right away from Triple T. That seems to be the way he likes doing things. Is he just going to be emboldened and go for the exact same Hydra Bust? I mean, we saw the 1-1-1 work twice in a row. Why not the Hydra Bust?
Pretty good question. Why not?
There's the same hatchery position.
Yeah, same hatchery. And it's probably it's if you're gonna do it, it's flat.
Yep. I mean, it does.
Main and the natural.
Yeah.
Makes it really easy to just get in there and just start doing damage rather than cannoning their main.
Well, as you know, Brood War is a lot more about execution than strategy. So I mean, if you just make the Hydras quickly and well, it is hard to stop even if you know it's coming.
Yep, mechanics first always.
I mean, the thing is, YumKaax here has to assume that it could be anything, right? He can't just straight up assume it's going to be Hydra Bust. He has to still play the game, get his Stargate and all that, until he can confirm it. I mean, who knows if he's even thinking about that? He might be thinking, oh, we went Hydra Bust one time, he can't do it again, he'll do something different. This wall is perfect, though. It's going to be a lot easier, I think, than on Sylphid if he has time to get the cannons up. A lot more space.
You're not actually S-rank flying? Oh, well, you're S-rank now. That's new canon.
Yeah, it's confirmed. In the CPL cast, we never tell lies. Everything's true. So the Hydrogen is down. I mean, about halfway through the start of this game, I was like, yeah, no, he's going to do it again. I'm not even surprised. It's happening. But what will YumKaax's response be? We don't see a Stargate yet. I guess the Cyber's not done, so I can't be too mean to him about that.
Yeah, we can't Stargate down without the core, Nep.
Alright, fair enough. Well, if you just get good at the game, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, build it. Oh, we got Citadel first instead.
There you go. And I think this will be a lot stronger against Hydra Bust for sure. That's
yeah,
he won't know.
Yeah, he won't know what's going on here, so this is a bit blind. It could potentially be really good if we, like, drop down, like, 2 or 3 gates here, and we got, like, and then like a Templar Archives, you've got really fast blind High Templars. Yes, that would be really strong right now, but yeah, again, like we're operating with very little information.
Well, if you can get Zealot speed out in time, it's still decent, isn't it? You still use that.
Yeah, you can use that to push back the Hydra.
Tartman has a good point in chat. He's actually excessively damaging this forge with this probe. Especially since the Zealot was out. I don't think you need to be doing this.
Yeah, you can definitely pull that. You'd want that probe mining 100% and put.
Well,
the
he
Zealot
is mining.
yeah.
He's salvaging this forge, whatever it's made of. It's made of 150 minerals in there. He's got to recover that.
I mean, hopefully he stops before he starts taking hull damage.
I don't think he's gonna, man. I think... Oh! Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Dude, that's the gateway. No, that's a pylon. Never mind. I was way off.
Now it's just going to get 500 health back before the Hydras arrive.
Yeah, no problem, right? They've
Yeah.
hatched already.
How long does it take for each shield point? In the chat,
I think it's like, 2 a second or something.
That sounds
maybe
right.
it's
Sounds
slower
similar to Zerg, so...
Zerg's a lot slower, actually. I don't know, I'm looking at it now on stream. What do you guys reckon? It's pretty fast.
Zerg feels like it heals like instantaneously.
Oh yeah, you get that 1 health back the first frame after you take damage, but over time the rate is slower. Proto-shields don't actually recover until you stop taking damage.
I wasn't trying to refer to that, I just meant that as a Terran player it feels like Zerg gets heal
what do you mean as a
immediately.
Terran player? What's going on, Flag? These lings getting taken out here. Surely, as a Zerg player in ZBZ, you experience this.
Yeah, as a Zerg player, my units never heal.
Alright, here come the Hydras. He sees it. He needs to preserve these Zealots for speed. I mean, okay. Triple T not microing that much. Gets a Hydra. Okay, now he's starting to micro it. There's a lot of Zealots, actually. He's sort of doing it.
Yeah, and every Hydra matters, as well as every Zealot matters. So getting these trades with these Zealots is actually really good for just delaying the overall attack. But
man, Zealot's going to finish up just as he's defeated. That's the funny thing. Cannons are on the way, though.
But remember, as soon as +1 and speed kick in together, that's when these Zealots are going to be an absolute menace. And
yeah, I guess this is just sort of enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be, especially clearing out this little bit. Yeah.
Nicely done. Nice micro there from YumKaax to surround those Hydras and take them out. And yeah, Triple T doesn't really seem to have that much offensive power here. Oh, YumKaax needs to be careful though. This just does come down to a lot of micro here. The Hydra micro is very intense. Trying to pull back the injured ones and so on. But I mean, if YumKaax can get a few cannons up, he could even just counter-attack. If the Hydras are still trying to attack his wall with cannons, that would be devastating.
+1 is now done from our Protoss. I don't see a Templar Archive anywhere though, so we're not really getting
that. He doesn't need those, ridiculous, pompous, high-class Templars. He's got Zealots. They'll tear the enemy apart.
Well, he's definitely going to need to spend his gas somewhere then, because...
he'll just put it in the bank, earn the interest,
Oh, interest, right.
Yeah. Well, natural gas is very valuable right now. Oh, these Zealots getting intercepted. Looks like he did want to go for the counter-attack, but didn't realize the Zerg army was there, stopping all the reinforcements. Okay, a few of them get through, and he's committing. He does not care about defense, but that may be a mistake, because there's only 3 cannons here, and this is nowhere near enough. That's a lot of Hydras, and they have range. The SimCity is blocking pretty well, but that's just a lot of Hydras. Intercepting some reinforcements, he will do some damage to the Zerg base, but unless he can outright kill the Zerg, I don't think this is going to work out well for Protoss at all.
I think it might be a little bit of a base race because their Zerg has not started, or they just started one sunken colony. But we are targeting this hatchery here.
Yeah,
we
well,
are
he
going
might
to
have time. He might have time
Yeah.
for both. Zealots will kill those sunkens pretty fast. Oh no, get off the eggs. Look, man, I don't know. These Hydra's going to kill buildings a lot faster than those Zealots, I think. We'll see.
Oh no, we got a bit of it. I think you're right. If Triple T focuses, you might see that all these 4 gateways are powered by basically one pylon.
The Artosis pylon, Well,
Yeah,
the top 2 power 1 gate, but yeah, that basically would deperil his production. And look, the natural is falling. Protoss is still doing damage. He could probably kill the Zerg natural, actually. That seems realistic. And then I guess you go back into 1 base versus 1 base, which seems pretty good for Protoss, but Protoss's trouble is not over by any means. Oh, then again, we got the third
Protoss really needs to gather up their units, and pushing into that choke point right now is really efficient for those Hydras as well. So it's going to be a bit difficult for...
Oh, so many Sunkens being made. Actually, this is pretty good for Protoss, because even if he doesn't kill this, there's not many drones left. He's even killing more of them. But Zerg's still coming here. Alright, the probe's coming out for YumKaax. Can he stop this Hydra army? It's enough to destroy probes very quickly. The probe's not even really coming through here, getting stuck on the gateways. Single zealots doing their best, but they're getting annihilated. The probe's falling so quickly. At the same time, the Sun God's finishing the Zerg main. But Zerg, where are his drones? He has 9 drones. Where? Oh, they all transferred. Only 3 zealots left attacking for the Protoss. I think Zerg's going to win this one. Well, he's taking up the
as the Zealots are cleaning up all the drones now. There's only 5 drones left, 2 in the natural.
He only
He's
needs
got 3
1.
at the third base.
As long as he doesn't lose all his drones, I say he can absolutely win this game. Single Zealots coming out trying to whittle down these Hydras, but they're just so efficient against small numbers of units.
I don't see him clearing this group of 9 Hydras anytime soon, though.
Pylon!
We're on now
there it
0
goes.
probes, and we only got 1 Zealot being forged. GG.
Nicely done. He said 2-0 for Triple T. Very intense game. I mean, the counterattack seemed like an idea, but he needed more cannons. If he had like 6 cannons, did the same move, I think he would have won the game. But
yeah,
3 cannons ain't going to do the job.
I think just having those few extra cannons would have definitely held against our Hydra Brush. And there was only like about 14, 15 Hydra as well. So 6 cannons, especially maybe even like 7 or 8 if you want to go for a counterattack with the Zealots. Because as soon as you have like a massive, like similar to the theory of like Zerg when they want to do a big counterattack on a Terran, they like spam lots and lots of Sunkens in their natural. Same thing, you want to spam lots and lots of cannons and then go counterattack with your Zealots. Because he did a lot of damage with those Zealots. And if he just managed to hold off his natural, he would have been in a much better position.
Yeah, for sure. But that's going to do it for tonight. That's the clean sweep we're looking for from Notorious S.C.V. Taking all the tier 0s. Well, with one walkover to be fair, but taking all the ones that were played as well. Those were some great games. Thanks for joining me. Flying, shall I call you?
Yeah, no worries, Neb. Anytime.
We'll be back hopefully tomorrow, same time. We shall see. We shall see. Depends on some things. But look out for that match of the week. There'll be an announcement in CPL Discord. You know how it works. And also, everyone should hang around because Love Snow is going to start with casting immediately after we're finished. So we'll raid as soon as he gets started. I'm just going to put us on the outro. Hang around and you will join it. Alright, see you guys later.
What did I say?
Oh, you said like put the depot below or something like that. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
man, I'm
neurons activated. If someone says depot below, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but that's because he put their barracks in the wrong spot.
Yeah, right.
I sort of tricked myself there. Anyway.
What's Love Snow's Twitch? It's just Love Snow something. Oh, I got it. Love Snow 7.
But he's not streaming.
Not yet, but he will be. So he says. I'm just putting the 10 minutes starting soon.
Oh, you have it on
Huh?
You have it on. Don't have it on the outro anymore.
Oh, my bad.